Hey everyone, welcome back to the second part of our beginner-friendly JavaScript full course series. In part 1 we learned about variables, data types, and console.log. Today we're going to take it a step further and we're going to be learning how to do math with numbers, combine text and variables, and use if-else statements to make decisions in our code. I highly recommend, if you haven't checked out part 1, go ahead and view that video first. Let's get started. So again, for this video, we're using playcode.io. No setup needed. Just head there and open up a new project. You can see I have that open now. So let's get started with the first part, and that's with math. JavaScript can do all the basic operations just like a calculator. So let's go ahead and make a few variables. Let number 1 equal 10. Let number 2 equal, let's say, 5. So now let's do our console.log. 1 console.log num2. So we can see 10, 5. So now let's take it a step further. Let's do console.log.num1. And just like a calculator, we'll put a plus num2. So you can see already down here, we have number 1, number 2, and then those combined together to make 15. So let's get rid of these real quick. And the same applies for all operators. So we can do num1 minus num2. So that's going to give us 5. We can also do console log num1. Asterisk is going to be your multiplication. Do num2. And then we can even do console.log num1. And then the forward slash is going to be dividing 2. So let me go ahead and put this in a comment. These two forward slashes are going to be a comment. So we'll just put that here so we can better see what we're doing. Subtract. Multiplies. And dividing. Alright, so yeah, we're using plus, minus, asterisk, and forward slash to do math. You can also use a percent sign to find the remainder when dividing. So if we were to do console.log num1, percent sign num2, this is going to give us the remainder when dividing. So you can see it is 0. Remainder when dividing. All right, so now that we've covered that, let's go ahead and talk about combining text. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this. So in JavaScript, you can add words together using the plus symbol. This is going to be called concatenation. So let's make some variables again. First name equal Dylan. Let last name equal, we'll say Johnson. So let full name equal first name plus. At this point, we're going to put an empty string here to put a space in between. And notice how I put a space in here, because if I didn't, then this would put both of the variables next to each other. So we're telling JavaScript to put a space here, and we're going to say plus last name. So do console.log full name. So there you go. We got our first and last name plus a space, and then you can see here that's what it would look like if we did not have that. So that's very important. If you want that space to be there, you have to tell JavaScript to put a space there. It would act the same as if we just did this. So by putting that space there, we get that. And now you can also add strings and numbers together. So let's do let age equal, we'll say 25. Do console.log I am, and then plus age, our variable, plus years old. So you can see here, added all those together, even though it was a string and a number type. All right, so now that we've covered that, let's move on to the if-else statements. We're going to be making decisions using if and else. We can check if something is true and run different code depending on the result. So for example, let's say let score equal 80. And then we're going to say if score is greater than 70. We're going to put our curly brackets here, saying this is the first condition. So we'll say if it is greater than 70, then we want to print to the console, you passed. And then we'll say else, so if this condition is not true, another curly brackets, then we want to tell the console, try again. So if the condition inside the parenthesis is true, that first block runs, and if not, the code in the else runs instead. So you can see here, since our score is above 70, it says you passed. If we were to change this to 60, it says try again. We can do that with even booleans. So let's get rid of this, and we'll do let, maybe, is it raining? We'll say true, it is raining. So if is raining inside of our parentheses, we'll do a curly bracket. So if raining is true, and by just putting is raining, JavaScript knows that that is a Boolean, so it's going to automatically assume the true situation for the first block. So we'll say in the true situation, we're going to say bring an umbrella. Otherwise, else, the false situation, maybe we want to say enjoy the sunshine. So since is raining is true, we run this first block saying bring an umbrella. If it's false, enjoy the sunshine. So now that we've covered that, let's try putting it all together. Let's get rid of this. Say let name equal Alex. Let age equal 17. Say console.log hello. Name. And then we'll say if age is greater than or equal to 18, we want to print to the console, you can vote. Otherwise, else, if you're not, we want to print to the console, you are too young to vote. Here, we combine text, variables, math logic, and if-else to make a mini program. Nice job! In this video you learned how to use math and JavaScript, how to combine text and variables, how to write basic if-else logic. These are going to be the building blocks for writing real programs. So if you're learning something new, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below if you tried these examples or got stuck. In the next video we'll go deeper into logic with comparison operators. We'll dive deeper with more control over what you can do, and then we'll cover loops lastly. I'm Dylan the Data Guy, and I'll see you in part 3.